Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to another special episode of Breakfast with Sergio. I'm here with my friend Caroline Karp. She's joining us all the way from Safety Harbor in Florida. Caroline, welcome to the show. This is a special edition that you know that we are doing with artists from around the world. And it's great to see you here. I know you from the Art Next Level Academy, and we have interacted before as well in some of our live sessions that we do and things like that. But it's so kind of nice to be able, through this technology, chat with artists from all around the world. And today we're chatting with you, Caroline. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and happy to be joining you on this program.
So Caroline, first, let's talk a little bit about, the situation where you're at as we all kind of going through this. How is the situation for you right in Safety Harbor in Florida?
So Safety Harbor is a community that is kind of bordered by Clearwater, Florida and Tampa.
Okay.
And we've kind of been 2 weeks, not inside, but 2 weeks where I haven't driven over the bridge to Tampa to work. And we're able to go to the grocery store if we need to. I think I'm going to start ordering my groceries in though. It was, it's a little bit odd being out. We can walk our dogs, and go for walks. When we go out for a walk, people are, kind of making a little bit of distance for each other, but it is kind of a social time because you can say hi to your neighbors, and I'm fortunate to live really close to the water. So, I'm still able to bring in the nature and beauty, and it's actually beautiful in my very own backyard. So I feel very, very fortunate to still, be able to feel that part of me that I love, which is being outside.
Right. So Caroline, let's talk a little bit about, how this whole, situation has affected you as an artist, and how are you also adapting to this, this reality that we're all living?
I've become strangely energized by it.
Tell us about it.
And I think that's because most oftentimes on the forefront of my mind is, how do I get out there? How do I get out into the community to be a part of the community, to be seen as an artist? And now I've been working on my online presence now for 2 or 3 years. So it's been kind of a natural transition to more be reaching out to people through online. I am also a teacher, and it's been kind of interesting moving my class all to online. So every day at 10 in the morning, I have Miss Caroline's Zoom room, and it's super cute. I have 6 students, and we interact and do little lessons together. So that's been a nice connection piece to watch them connect with one another and me connect with them. Another thing that I'm doing, so that might turn into an online course.
Wonderful.
I've also been connecting with other artists, and we're currently putting together an online collective, I would say. So might be an exhibition, might be a collective. We're still coming up with a name. We have about 20 artists.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know, and it's kind of fun to connect with people literally all around the globe. So it is energizing me. I'm still working on my bodies of work. I really do like to dedicate the time to that, and do some of the things that maybe get put on the back burner, like, I don't know, wiring my pieces, varnishing my pieces, going into my website, making sure that, it says what I want it to say, connecting on social media. So right now I'm kind of energized by it.
I love that. And I think, you said something super interesting, right? Normally I'm actually in my episodes, telling people, hey, go out more, connect more, network, be seen to be remembered, right? That's kind of tell everyone that. Now it's kind of now it's the opposite, right? Stay home more. But we're still able, as you said, to connect. And actually, even I think the relationships that we are forming will even be strengthened as when this whole thing is over, because we will pass this and we will get out on the other side. And for those of us who are spending time in those relationships and working on those, I think that time that we're spending distancing but also connecting will yield also wonderful relationships and working partnerships, I believe, really wholeheartedly in the future, as we pass this
Absolutely.
season.
And one of my visions for 2020 was actually to collaborate with other artists. So,
Amazing.
boom.
Boom. So tell me a little bit, how is that happening? How did this kind of artist collaboration idea
Well,
began? How the artists kind of started connecting?
well, it actually started happening through the Artist Next Level. So
Okay.
it all initiated there. And then we started an engagement group. Probably it was still during the Small Works Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And so we engaged with each other. And then I had this idea of, I just was kind of like called to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
And our initial name, we're still working on it, but it
Yeah.
was kind of As the World Turns. It's sort of, because it is a global thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even though everybody's work is so different,
Mm-hmm.
what we have in common
Mm-hmm.
is kind of what we're going through, although that's not what the show is about. But
Mm-hmm.
it's more of an online collective where we want to be visible and be of service and have
Mm-hmm.
beautiful things to look at, because artwork can be like a visual anchor that can
Mm-hmm.
pull people out of fear and into a place of love and delight.
Right.
So
Right.
that's kind of how that came about.
That's
And
wonderful.
another
Yeah.
thing that's interesting is that so my artwork was in two different shows in
Mm-hmm.
my community,
Okay.
that both of them, the receptions were canceled or I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
able to go to. And so what's really nice is those curators are now bringing those shows online.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another opportunity that comes from this, because had it not
Right.
been like that, I might not have had that kind of exposure.
The exposure, yeah. As you also work as an artist, how do you think this may be also, are we going through affect or maybe inspired in new ways the work that you produce?
I'm going to continue kind of on the track that I'm on, which is I have mixed media art, and then I also have more serious acrylic and oil paintings. But when I work on my mixed media art, it kind of brings in imagination and a whimsy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fun to see what I create from that and kind of what kind of happens in the world around me. So I could go into that imaginative world a little bit more now that I'm, maybe, I don't know, creating things that in my dream world.
Well, that's wonderful, Caroline. Thank you so much for sharing your work. Do you have a couple of words of advice for, maybe there are some of our artist friends who are watching right now who maybe want to also start a group with other artists, or they might want to kind of create a community of artists of their own. A couple of words of advice from your experience of what you have been doing also with the other artists that can help them kind of maybe to get started, and
Yeah.
things to think about.
Well, the first place that I started gathering my group of artists, or I was actually gathered in, was Instagram. So
Okay.
maybe you follow some other artists on Instagram as well as
Good point.
Facebook. And if you go into the chat section, you can reach out to other artists and see who wants to be part of a group. I think we started Facebook and then went over into Instagram.
Okay.
And the artists don't necessarily have to be doing your same style.
Mm-hmm.
It would be more of just artists that are reaching out for some kind of connection.
Wonderful. That's great. And I think right now there's a lot of artists who, are reaching out. Then we're all reaching out to each other. And that's actually what this show is about. Well, Caroline, you've been so awesome today. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, what you're going through. We wish you well. Now, tell our friends, where can they find you on social media and your website? They would like to see also the beautiful work that you create.
Okay. On Instagram, it's Caroline, CAROLINE _Karp, KARP _artist. And my website is carolinekarpartist.com. So you can find me actually on all the social media platforms, Caroline Karp Artist.
Easy to find. And
Yes.
whenever you see those beautiful sceneries with the sailboats, that will be you. Well, Thank you, Caroline, for being with us here today. We hope that you have an awesome day. Please be safe, stay home. We want to also wish all our friends a great day today. Please share this episode with your friends as well. And if you're trying to connect with others, please reach out. Reach out to Caroline too if you connected with her message. And I will see you in the next episode of this special edition of Breakfast with Sergio. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Sergio.
Thank you, Caroline.
Bye-bye.
Bye.